It's 7:02. 7:02 and no Blake. I don't know much about the computer stuff. I know that you press a power button. Let me do that real quick. And from there I just sit and I wait for Blake to get here.
Jason.
Huh?
Jason, it's Blake.
Blake Clayton?
Yeah, I'm like locked. I'm in some kind of like cyber thing. I don't know what's going on. I haven't, ever since CouchCon, I've just been in here.
What are you talking? What? You're in the computer?
I'm like in the Ethernet.
I haven't seen you since CouchCon. Are you telling me you've been in the computer since CouchCon?
It's been like 10 days.
Yeah,
it's been.
It's still funny.
I'm glad you're making jokes. While I'm stuck. I mean, I got a hold of Molly because I tapped into Facebook Messenger, and I got a hold of her, and I talked to her, but she doesn't know what to do. She knows nothing about computers.
You're like the lawnmower man. You're in the computer. Whoa.
Okay. Yeah, I'm glad you're just like nonchalant about this. I have been in here for 10 days. I haven't been to work.
Are you hungry? Are you hungry?
No, I'm thirsty.
Do you need a gigabyte?
High five that shit.
Beep, boop, beep. Okay. So we were both in the cockpit before doing CouchCon with our headgear on, and then I left, and you said you're gonna wrap up. There was like some adult themed site, 3D site you're gonna go on, and I said, take your time, buddy. And then I hadn't heard from you until right now.
Right. So I had this special offer, like this promo code.
Sure.
And I was like, I already got the VR glasses on. Let's do this. And I was banging this tranny, right?
Right.
And big old titties, a big old schlong dong.
Sure, I believe it.
And she was beautiful. And we got done having sex, and then she logged off, and I just went through this porthole, and it was like all the different colors, and it was like really weird, and it was all like digitized, and it was kind of like the Matrix, with the numbers and everything.
Oh, yeah.
And then I was just in this black space, and I didn't know what to do.
Oh, my God.
And so I've been sitting here. I mean, every once in a while, a lot of Trump ads come through, like...
Yeah, that's whipped by you.
Right.
Whoosh, whoosh.
And I know that something happened with the vice president debate, something about a fly.
Oh, yeah.
But other than that, I mean, I'm pretty lost. I don't know what to do.
Well, I will say this.
You have to fix this, Jason.
I will do my best. We're on a time crunch here. DSJ is getting the maintenance going in about an hour. We have to do a show right now. I know you're in
but
the
I'm
computer.
in the internet.
But that means you probably had access to this week's pilot, right?
Oh, yeah, because I always make sure I know, and I really watch ahead of time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, as soon as you send links out, I watch them.
Right. But, I mean, you're in the internet where the pilot exists.
I'm still getting my emails.
Sure.
And you emailed me the link, so I watched it.
Are they just being uploaded right to your brain now?
What happens is when I get a email right in front of me in this black area that I'm in, I'm just floating around.
Yeah.
But when I get an email, I have a huge 20 by 20 screen with a notification, and I can tap on it, open it.
That's incredible.
But it's not incredible, man.
Well, that's what
I haven't had sex in a long time. I haven't eaten in a long time, and I definitely haven't had any beers in a long time.
But is it better?
Incredible? No,
it's not. You don't think it's better? But what if if you're immortal in the computer? What if you
the
stay
only
in
good
there?
part is I can go to any porn site I want and be in the scene.
You're in the scene?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm just the cockled guy, so I just watch. But I'm in the scene.
Sure. I
can touch him.
Yeah.
I can touch her. I guess just
you said him.
I can touch him.
Yeah.
I said touch him.
Oh, M. Touch EM apostrophe. Okay. Well, look, I'm going to send a text out to one of our buddies who's our tech guy. Okay.
We have a tech guy?
Yeah, what was that guy's name? He did that one podcast, the top, the countdown list. What was that?
I don't remember.
No. Wait. Hold on. Let me get him back. Get him back.
Jason.
Yeah. Are you here?
I'm here, but I just keep fading away, and I don't know what to do. We have to do something. I can't be like this the whole episode.
No, you're right. We got to figure this out.
Pour beer on your laptop.
No, I'm not going to make that mistake again. You got me before once when you weren't in the computer with that one. It's everywhere. Okay, I am going to...
I'm sure Molly's missing me.
She hadn't said anything to me. You think she would have?
I would think that she would have been the first person to call you.
Maybe.
Or you would have been the first person.
Well, I just thought you were jerking off for a while. But I will say that everything from CouchCon is uploaded smoothly, and this was going to be the episode where
you uploaded it?
Well, I had a guy do it.
Who's the guy?
What was his name? God, what was it? He was on the FCF network. He had that show. It wasn't Metal Hand of God. It was the other guys who I don't even remember. They had the top 5 list, and did they talk about wrestling too? Remember the countdown list? We had him in the studio. Big fat guy.
Oh,
Rob.
Rob.
He's our tech guy.
Oh, Jesus.
I got a hold of Rob, and I'll text Rob right now. It'll be way easier now that I remember his name too. And so I'll text him.
Rob Baker.
Yeah, that's exactly right. He loved cats. I remember he had a shirt with a bunch of cats on it. I'm gonna get a hold of Rob real quick, see if he can fix me. But in the meantime, we should just record an episode.
All right, let's do it.
Do we have those sheets still? Actually, no, I don't need it. You may need it. Yeah, actually, give me mine too. Upload it.
Can you reach it?
All right.
Do you see it on your screen?
Yeah, I see it. Okay, let's go ahead and. Can you control things on your end at all, or is it up to me to do it on this end?
I don't know what to do. I mean, basically, I just have a black space with your face on like a 20 by 20 screen. Very big head.
Well, it might not be the screen. I'm going to go ahead.
You need a haircut.
No, I look great. Just because you get a haircut, every time you get a haircut doesn't mean everyone's got to be getting a haircut same time as you.
I got a virtual haircut.
It looks virtually awesome. Okay, I'm gonna start the show.
It's an HD, right?
And I don't even know what that means.
High definition.
She used to be an actress.
Did she ever do anything I saw?
I think her biggest deal was she starred in a pilot.
What's a pilot?
Well, you know the shows on TV?
I don't watch TV.
Yes, but you are aware that there's an invention called television, and on that invention they show shows.
Yeah.
Well, the way they pick the shows on TV is they make one show, and that show's called a pilot. Then they show that one show to the people who pick shows, and on the strength of that one show, they decide if they want to make more shows. Some get accepted and become TV programs, and some don't and become nothing. She starred in one of the ones that became nothing. Welcome to Couch Pilots, all of my friends. It's the show that dares to fly into the unknown territory of awful television pilots of the past. My name is Jason, and with me is my keymaster. It's Captain Philip Restisher. Good evening.
I wish I had a key to get out of the internet.
Okay, right at the top of the show. Last week, in a digital space, we had a very, very successful CouchCon that we will cover in just a moment. But under no fault of his own, he probably got a virus looking at 3D pornography. Blake is stuck in the internet, and we need to go along with the show because we're on a time crunch on this end. We only have limited time in the studio this week. So if Blake sounds a little odd, it's because he's inside Mozilla.
Well, the cool thing about being in the internet,
yes, let's hear the good things about it.
Good things. A, I can contact anybody I want to.
2,
I can look at their personal information.
And D.
There's so much porn.
And you're going on digitally high-five that shit. Yeah, that's pretty good. I would say that maybe 10 days seems like a very long time, but there's a possibility that you are immortal now. And even if we can, and I'm sure Rob's going to call back and get a hold of me and say, because Rob's our tech guy, get a hold of him, see what we get. I'm sure he's going to say we can get you out. But
I hope so.
I would say enjoy the time you have in there.
Well, I know Donald Trump's going to lose the election.
How do you know that?
I tapped into some Russian
Porn sites?
Porn sites, which led me to some other, like the dark web.
I was just going to ask.
Believe me, there's a door to my left that says dark web, like an exit sign.
Yeah.
It says dark web. And at first I was too scared to go into it. But eventually I watch, how much more porn can you watch? And so I opened the door and I saw some things.
I heard there's a lot of limb loss in the dark web.
A lot of limb loss. I also found out which Beanie Babies are worth money. And so I'm hoping to find a couple of those.
In the dark web, you can buy drugs, right?
You can. I mean, I can't smoke anything. I can't drink anything. I can't even have a cigarette. Ooh, I have not had a cigarette.
Can you
masturbate? Yes.
Have drugs sent to me?
Hold on a second.
Take your time there.
Are you wanting like weed, acid? What do you want?
I want like some really hard crocodile. Have you heard of that? It is oddly enough a Russian drug. That
hold on, let me look.
It's mainly gasoline.
How do you spell it?
CROCIDILE.
DILE.
Yeah. It's almost gasoline.
Do you want a gallon or do you want a 5-gallon barrel? That's all they have.
To the barrel.
Barrel.
How much is that going to cost me?
It says $7,000, but I can use Dee Dee's account.
Change some ones to zeros.
I'll just use Dee Dee's account. She has over $1 million in her account, by the way.
Can you put money into my account?
No, I can just buy things from other people's accounts.
Can you take money from my account?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
But you only have $3, so.
Yeah, I mean, don't take more than $3.
What's your address again?
1122 Boogie Woogie Avenue. Yeah. Are you done? Are you done hacking?
Yeah.
All right, take the hacking music off. All right. Well, yeah. Have fun while you're in there.
It's uncomfortable. I can't. You feel like you're floating around.
Can you be in a video game?
I haven't tried it.
You should try it. You should be in Grand Theft Auto and just like fly around and stuff.
Oh, if I was in Grand, I could walk around.
And there's prostitutes too.
There are you know what? Solved my major problem. No sex in 10 days. Well, plus the month before. No sex for a month and 10 days. I'm going to try that later.
Digitally high five that shit. Okay, well, we're going to go ahead with the show, even though you're in the internet. Let's talk about CouchCon. Let's give a quick wrap up on all the events that happened. This is a time where you decided I will go into the internet, and at the end of CouchCon, I will come out of the internet. But that part didn't happen. But let's talk about all the other good stuff, though.
Well, so basically, everybody that got a ticket was sent a VR headset.
Passwords and
all that good stuff. I built this humongous stage. We were lucky enough to have Kiss do the first ever virtual concert.
Yep.
And it was amazing.
It was great.
They blew my socks off. It was, when you're watching it, like Gene Simmons, like when the blood came out of his mouth, his tongue's flopping.
Yeah.
There was a couple times where like I stepped back a little bit because I thought that the blood was going to spill on my face. And they played all their hits like Beth. Want to rock and roll all night, party every day.
Right. I had them play Love Gun twice.
They played Love Gun twice.
Yeah.
And I mean, Detroit City.
Detroit Rock City.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
I was just hyping.
No, that's cool. You know them way better than I do.
Yeah,
you know all the cool abbreviations and stuff.
Me and Gene, like afterwards, we were like hanging out in the green room.
Digital green room.
Well, yeah, but we were hanging out, and he was telling us like how we could make more money on the show and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, what did he say?
He's like an entrepreneur.
Oh, totally.
Yeah. He said, first thing, make better content. That was the first thing he said.
Good. That's good.
And that makes sense. And then he said merchandise. You need merchandise. Because that's one of Kiss's biggest moneymakers is all the merchandise. They have coffins, comic books that have their blood as the red ink. They have figurines and everything. They have T-shirts and everything.
Everything that they sell that's branded by them, it's all made out of their blood. Everything. Their figurines are made out of their blood.
Yeah.
The coffin, I think, is almost completely, except for the metal hinges, made out of their blood.
It's stained in their blood.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
It's been a while?
It's a stain.
Stained. Oh, yeah. I like...
I still have a great sense of humor, even though I'm on the internet.
It's been digitally enhanced.
My sense of humor has.
Yeah. You got to upgrade. Blake 4.0.
Ooh.
I really did enjoy Kiss. Hanging out in the digital green room was really cool. Getting digitally wasted with them was...
It was like a digital marijuana.
Yeah.
It was like... You were inhaling it. It's cool.
And then we got to go hang out at the dance party that DJ DSJ.
He did a great job. I mean, he played some Billie English, which I love. I'm the bad guy.
Billie English. I like William Eilish better.
Yeah.
And then he got out in time to go to his get the let out thing.
Right, because they were in town.
We set him up at the stadium. We set everything to him so he could do it remotely from where he was, and he still had time to do his...
He put all the lights up and did sound check with like the guitars and stuff. It was cool.
Yeah, he did a great job. I'm really proud of John.
He's a workaholic, if you ask me.
Some people used to call him names, but I never stood by that.
What names?
The R word.
Oh.
I never.
Ricardo Montalban. Yeah, I hate that shit. I'll punch a motherfucker in the face. But basically, to go back, we did a virtual CouchCon because of the COVID virus.
Unknowingly.
Yeah.
We decided by our complete happens. I'm sorry. I'm drinking
happenstance.
But yeah, I'm drinking a beer. Is that okay? Does that bother you that you're seeing me consume a beverage? I know you can't consume anything online. What was that?
Internet gases.
Okay, I'm gonna drink the beer. I hope that's okay.
That's fine. At this point, I you know what? To be honest with you, I think I'm sober again.
Wow, it must feel awful. What else? Oh, we had just a couple weeks ago. We had Dustin on the show, and he was doing a gymnastics routine, which I knew he was going to do. I didn't think he would actually pull it off.
I didn't think it was going to be a crowd pleaser like it was.
People
was
loved it.
A huge success. Yeah. The injury at the end, maybe it made it more exciting.
It made it memorable. People,
I mean,
you don't forget when you see a knee bend that way,
right? And then
knee go one way.
Knee go one way. Assault horses are always difficult. You never know. And yeah, and our a sergeant at arms, the guy that was what do you call that? The MC. Ted Cruz trimmed up the beard good, and he really kept it flowing, I think.
Yeah, he did like kind of this elaborate. It was like a goatee at the heart of it, but then the beard on the side he had shaved in like angel wings.
Yeah.
And the dude's like knocking on 60, and you're like,
knocking on 60 years old. Oh, hey. Ooh, yeah. One of the best parts of CouchCon,
Ted Cruz is awesome.
Which I uploaded or down. Did I upload or down? I uploaded to the internet.
Yeah,
was the Couch Pilots Karaoke Biggie mashup.
Oh yeah.
And we released that special for everybody because there were some cheapskates that didn't pay for tickets. And, it was a shit show. I was drunk as fuck.
It was kind of like the original, or was it the 1994 Woodstock or the original where like the gate came down and a lot of people just came in for free? But that's
the first one, yeah.
That's okay.
No,
we still...
they had there's a lot of people that had I didn't understand this before, but a lot of people already had their own VR goggles.
Yeah.
And somebody tweeted out the password and everything. So
not cool, guys. But if we can reach more people, that's great. I'm very excited with how everything turned out. Honestly,
it was pretty amazing. And over time, we're going to talk. We can't talk about the whole thing because it was 12 hours long.
Yeah, it was really a marathon event, and that like you said, the mashup with Karaoke Biggie, that was a special thing that we had as a surprise for everybody.
I was surprised that Biggie just walked out. Like we weren't even done with the
towards
show,
the end,
and he walked out.
Yeah, he was done.
Yeah.
He gets winded.
That's true.
Online, it's like being in Denver, mile high. It's the air's thinner when you're online. So I get it. You get winded up there.
Sure.
And he was singing.
I haven't coughed once since I've been in the internet.
So you probably are feeling healthy and.
Well, if you take the good, you take them both bad.
You take them both,
and then you have. I'm not feeling too bad.
You
I'm just hungry and thirsty.
There was a period in your life where you had replaced alcohol with 2 a.m. sleeve of Oreos and Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
And then also replaced cigarettes with
Vape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And do you feel like you were healthier then, or
I feel like I was healthier when I was vaping, but I was heavier.
because you loved all those Oreos?
Yeah. She don't buy it no more.
It's a good cookie.
It is. I mean, and Ritz crackers are my addiction. Like, I'll eat a whole sleeve of Ritz crackers like it's nobody's
By itself, or do you
business.
put something on it?
No, don't put anything on it.
Don't talk like that.
I eat like 6 at a time. Like
That's fine, but you don't shame people for wanting to put things on the Ritz.
putting on the Ritz. Cheese on your Ritz.
Okay, well that's great. I don't know. I feel like you're happy to see me. You're stuck in the internet, and you're kind of happy to have a little.
You
company.
have my undivided attention. That's why I'm happy to see you.
All
I haven't
right.
talked to anybody in 10 days.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captains have turned on the fasten seatbelt sign.
This is an instance. I don't know if you can take control digitally, but this is an instance where I get it up, I do everything in the middle, and I bring it back down.
I can try to do everything in the middle, but I don't know how it's going to work.
I'm gonna press autopilot real quick.
Oh, there's a button we don't ever use. It's lavender.
Yeah.
And it's autopilot. And we very rarely do only on emergencies.
I'm gonna press it. Let me know if it hurts you or it affects you in any way. Okay.
Okay.
Hold on. Let's see here. Any effect?
No.
No. Okay. I might do that then because I don't know how to do the stuff in the middle.
Okay. Well, let's give it a whirl. It can't be our worst show, right?
Oh no, we've done that already. Today we discussed the pilot episode of Locke Key from the year of our Lord 2011. Great year.
2011. Let's see. That was 9 years ago. So I was 36.
Yeah.
And you were 30?
Yeah.
Yes.
Actually, as of
I'm better at math on the internet.
when this releases, tomorrow will be my birthday.
Birthday.
So I will be 39.
What was the date on that?
Christ.
When was it released?
It's online. You can find it on there. So 2011. Let's go back there in our motherboard. Beep, bop, boop, beep.
Jason, help! Pull it back!
Hold on.
Pull it back, Jason!
Hold on. I got you.
Okay.
You good?
I wish I had a rope or something to hold on to. You could like yank me back.
Some sort of online lasso.
Yes, an online lasso.
Let's talk about things that happened in 2011 so we can get in the proper mind frame of when this pilot was released, because to talk about it in any other way is to be unfair to the pilot.
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of things back in 2011 that weren't relevant for today.
Right.
Today, I'm stuck in the internet, for one.
That's unprecedented.
In 2011, Joe Morgan from the Cincinnati Reds was alive.
Right.
And in 2011, there was a president that was black.
Yeah. No, you're right. You have access to every piece of information.
Well, I don't know how to I don't know how to do everything yet.
Do you have an autopilot button on your end?
No, I can get to porn sites.
Okay.
I can get into people's bank accounts, and I can open the door to the black web. But other than that, I really can't do anything. That's why I watch so much porn.
Yeah, I guess if that's all you can do, I feel like you might be squandering a golden opportunity, though. I'm just saying.
What do you expect me to do?
Move some decimal points around.
On what?
Your bank account.
Oh no, that's why Molly hasn't been looking for me, because
Make your bank account better.
well, I did for ours.
So she's like, oh, the money's up and Blake's gone. Who am I to stare a gift horse in the mouth?
You know, I'm assuming so.
Yeah.
Like I said, you know.
Yeah. Did you gift her a horse by chance? Do you have the power to gift someone a horse?
No,
Okay.
I've never tried that.
Do you know where the saying comes from?
No, don't look a gift horse in the mouth.
Yeah.
No.
It's like like they did this for slaves too. They'd say, "Hey, I see that black guy. I want to buy him." They say, "All right, well, let's open his mouth." If his mouth is like a stinking rotten hole, it's like the mouth is the gateway to health, as is with any animal. So if a horse had if you get a horse as a gift, you don't check it for bad teeth because it's a free horse. You see that? Beep bop boop beep. Anyway, that's where it came from.
Oh, and by the way, also in 2011, they didn't have band. 2011 teen? Is that what I said?
I think so.
2011, they didn't have Band-Aids.
Okay. October 7th of 2011, The Human Centipede 2 is released. You ever see that?
I have access to both. I watched both of them.
There's 3.
But I haven't downloaded.
Spoiler alert: there's a third one.
The third one's downloading, but I don't have that yet. But I've watched the first 2.
Have you? So how is it?
I don't know. If you're into that kind of stuff, I'm not into that stuff.
Is there real life human centipede stuff happening on the dark web?
Oh yeah, for sure. There's live streams.
So there's live stream centipede on dark web?
Yeah.
Wow. I would love to see that. Well, no, you know what? No, I wouldn't. Have the people signed up for it? Or is it against their will?
It's not against their will.
They're willing participants.
Yes. Some people like to lick ass and get fucked in the ass at the same time.
You do understand what the centipede is?
Yeah.
Right?
It's a chain. Gang.
'Cause I'm back on the chain.
Gang.
Back on the chain, gang.
I kind of sound better in the internet.
I do like it better. Yeah. It's like if you have a cold or something.
Yeah. I like
and you smoke, so that's great.
Yeah. I did. Well, I haven't smoked in a while, but I dated that girl. I don't know. God, what was her name? But she smoked like a pack a day, but she also was like a marathon runner. Mm-hmm. And she kind of talked like this.
She's dead now.
Well,
she's got to be dead.
R.I.P. Put it in your butt.
R.I.P. B-U-T-T. October 31st, Metallica and Lou Reed released the avant metal album Lulu.
Yeah, this was when they started reaching. I mean,
I think they were reaching maybe up to 10 years before this.
Yeah.
Metallica had, if you ask me, if someone came up to me and said, "Hey, Jason, how many albums Metallica have?" And I'd be like, "What a weird thing to stop and just ask me about." But I will give you an answer. And the answer is 4. There's 4 albums.
There's 4 out. There is Garage Days.
No.
What?
So don't fuck around.
That's.
I know you're on the internet. Awesome. Don't fuck around.
Ride the Lightning.
Yes.
Master of Puppets.
Yes.
And Justice for All.
Yes.
And Kill 'Em All.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Garage Days.
That was a good. I liked Garage.
Was it really? I haven't heard it. I just assumed.
That was before all. That was early stuff.
The Black Album. There's
original
some stuff.
Yeah.
There's some stuff on the Black Album. You're like, okay, that's cool. And then they're like, we will go away for 5-6 years. We'll come back with short hair and then an album cover that's blood and semen. Remember that? Mm-mm. The album's called Load. I got and then the front's like black, except it looks like a weird kind of oily flame, but it's blood and semen mixed together to look like that.
Like a load.
Yeah, like one red hot bloody load. Ugh. I like Lou Reed. All right. I feel like he's more of a Lou Reed.
Yeah, he's like a punk guy, right? Like folk punk, I guess maybe.
Well, he was Velvet Underground, kind of the beginning of alt rock. Late 60s, 70s. He's more of a heroin chic style icon.
Sure.
New York guy. He's dead. He may have died on my birthday actually years ago. October 30th.
What was that?
The day after this is released. So, 2013, I think, is when he died. October 31st.
October 27th is your birthday?
What?
October 27th is your birthday?
Yeah.
All right, I'll write that down.
So I've known you for 7-8 years. I mean, maybe longer. Go ahead and make a note of it.
Jason.
Yeah, go ahead and make a note of my birthday.
Is there anything you want from the internet?
Move a couple decimal places over. I would like a little bit more money.
So you want
money.
Third of a cent?
No, the other way. The other way.
$300.
Yeah, okay. I'll take it. I mean, if you can do better.
Anything I can do, you can do better. Just start saving your money.
I can do anything better than you.
Don't go to Grass Hill. Oh, yeah. Don't have a girlfriend.
What?
Girlfriends cost money.
October 31st, Date selected by the UN is the symbolic date when global population reaches 7 billion.
That's a lot of people.
Happy Halloween! How many people is enough?
47.
47 people.
47 people.
So you would know every person on the planet thoroughly.
No, you wouldn't know them.
You spread them out?
Yeah, you'd spread them out.
So you'd be like alone. You'd have a whole country.
There's a pair.
yourself.
Everybody's a pair.
You're being very vague about these rules. Okay, so
there's a pair. There's 47 people, and everybody's in a pair, and they're scattered around.
What if they start having babies?
What?
What if they start having
Well,
babies?
I thought you were saying from the start. 47 people.
But they can't have babies.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's how you repopulate the Earth.
Yeah.
I thought you said, what's the starting point?
Oh, no, I was just thinking, like, what's a good number, like, for how many? What's the maximum capacity Earth should be at population wise? Because I think we're closing in on. What was that?
Huh?
What was that noise?
That's what it sounds like when you fart on the internet.
Is it really?
Yeah. I think maybe 3 billion is good. I really, it doesn't need to be more than that.
I've heard.
Nobody lives in Antarctica.
Yeah. They have tours down there.
Farted. Sorry.
You're not eating though. Why do you have gas?
From anal sex.
Oh. So someone's digitally fucking your ass and you're getting air caught in it.
Both ways. I mean, if somebody's fucking your ass,
yeah,
you get air in it. But also, when you're fucking somebody, you get air in your butt too.
How's that?
Huh?
The second part. How does that work?
Well, when you go in,
yeah,
your butt cheeks are closed. When you come out, your butthole kind of opens up, and then you go in again,
yeah,
and a little bit of pocket of air, and it just builds up.
Okay, so you both become gassy afterwards.
Oh yeah, that's when you know you've had good internet sex.
Okay, I mean I'll take your word for it. I don't know.
You never had?
I never had
after sex.
I never had what?
Gassiness after sex.
I usually save it for the car ride home, and it's about a 30-second nonstop rip that I've been saving all night.
That's good.
It is good. You're right. It's wonderful. It's amusing.
What I like about the internet is it doesn't smell.
Mm-hmm. So you can fart all you want.
Have you ever farted in the shower? It smells like the water enhances the smell.
Oh yeah, it's amplified.
It's weird, isn't it?
It's all the droplets get the gas wrapped around it, and then splish splash. You're taking a shit bath, you know.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like I'm in 2011.
Yeah.
We said how old we were. That's fantastic. Do you know, why did we choose to watch Locke Key?
There's 3 simple criteria. 1, it was a one-off pilot that never went to series. Whether it aired or not is irrelevant. 1 episode was made. Number 2, we had to find it in the interwebs. And number 3, it had to be free, baby.
Yeah, that's right. So you probably ask yourself, where can I find the entire episode of Locke & Key to watch for myself? Well, you can do so by subscribing to Couch Pilots and SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or your favorite podcast app of choice, and then simply click on one of our classically blue links in our show notes, or go to Vimeo and join the alt-right. That's for Kevin.
Flight attendants, prepare for takeoff.
He likes the alt-right.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Have you seen his goatee?
I've seen his shirt, too.
That says, we're alt-right, all-right.
All right, all right, all right.
Alt-right, alt-right, all-right.
Hey, we need to put 10 minutes on that clock, because I don't know how long I'm going to be able to last. My battery level is low.
All right.
Okay. Well, we're not close to that yet.
I know.
Summary of the pilot. An adventure story centered around 3 children who become the caretakers of a New England mansion that is home to a bevy of secrets and magic.
I give that a B-.
Okay.
Because they don't become the caretakers. The uncle and the mom do.
Yeah. What was the mom's name? I would accept anything you say. I would believe because I have no idea.
I think it's Veronica.
Interesting facts.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to Interesting Facts. This is the part of the show where Jason scours the internet, even though I had access to everything. And he found facts about this show that you may not know. What I would like you to do is keep your opinions to yourself. When he tells you that this became a series again in 2020, and it's had 2 seasons, it's none of your business. Don't taint someone else's experience. Just listen and enjoy interesting facts from Jason.
You don't know what hard times are, Daddy.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you for that.
Do you know what I found out while I was in the internet?
I assume you didn't know about that double anal gas thing before.
Well, no, I didn't. But I also didn't know that Dusty Rhodes,
Yeah.
he once had a bicycle.
You don't know.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Is that on here somewhere? Is it under Heel versus Face?
No, it's not on it. Oh, that's my favorite one.
What? I don't even know what that is. It says,
Adam Cole, baby.
remember
Remember
that show?
Yeah, it was a good show. That's a good show. Hey, thank you for uploading that beer for me.
Oh yeah.
You put a PNG file on there.
Take one down, pass it around. Am I right?
Oh God, it's great. It's like my first one.
That's funny. They always say, I wish I could taste that first beer again." You're always chasing that first beer, and you are digitally enjoying a brew right now.
When I first started drinking, I didn't like beer.
Mm-hmm. Is it pretty tired in there? Is it the show content that Gene Simmons?
No, it's all this.
About,
It's all this pure oxygen.
Okay.
On the internet.
All right. Locke Key is a television pilot series based on the comic book series written by Joe Hill and published by IDW Publishing, expected to debut in 2011. Fox opted not to buy it. Fact.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Okay. Dimension Films acquired the film and television rights for Welcome to Lovecraft from IDW Publishing with the intent of developing the property as a feature with John Davis producing. In February 2010, it was announced that Dimension had lost the adaptation rights to DreamWorks, with Alex Kurtzman and Oberto Orsi signed on to develop and produce the project. Fact.
That's a fact.
In August of 2010, Steven Spielberg also joined as a producer, and the production became a TV series rather than a movie adaptation, with Josh Friedman penning episodes for the show and acting as the showrunner. Fact.
Steven Spielberg was involved in this?
At one point.
All right.
In the end, no. But
that
at
was a
one
clarification, but I just wanted to know.
That's fine.
But at the beginning, it was.
That's fine. That was not an opinion. I welcome that. Thank you.
Your thank you.
And thank you.
And also with you.
This is a fact here. Shit, I almost slipped up. Mark Romanek directed the pilot episode, which was filmed at the mansion in Heartwood Acres and in Elwood City, Pennsylvania, in February 2011. The pilot was also shot throughout Pittsburgh that same month. Fact. You know Mark Romanek?
No.
I wish he would have responded Twitter-wise. Mark Romanek, let's do a sidebar.
Oh, I remember his band. The Romantics.
What I like about you? He's a guy.
You better help me tight.
Oh, yeah.
Up, down, turn around. Do it to me in the butt tonight. Yeah.
Mark Romanek.
No whispering in my ear. Pull my hair because I don't care.
Can't do it. Can't do it. Yeah.
He directed a lot of music videos, oddly enough,
Okay.
for like Mick Jagger, Nine Inch Nails, a ton of great stuff.
Did he want to fuck you like an animal?
I think so. Yes.
Yeah.
That's closer. Yeah.
That's a fact.
As a fact, and he also was the film director for the Robin Williams movie 1 Hour Photo. Where
that was a good movie.
Fact.
I remember that movie.
He directed that.
Oh, that's good. That was a cool movie.
Outside of Interesting Facts, where we are now, Mark Romanek was awesome, and it made me excited to see this back on Interesting Facts.
Nice.
In May 2011,
Robin Williams was creepy in that, right?
Yeah, you know what's
He worked in
funny?
a little photo, like a drive-up photo booth.
Yeah.
It was, and he ended up killing or.
Yeah, he probably killed a couple people. Yeah, it's funny. They always say, "Oh, Robin Williams, he was so great. I wonder why he doesn't do dramatic roles." He did a lot of.
He's dead. That's why he doesn't.
Well, there's that too.
He committed suicide.
Thank you. Yes, he did.
Smart guy. # smart guy.
Someone said I heard on a podcast like today or yesterday. They said you can't say committed suicide anymore. Now that phrase is part of the PC culture. Now you can't say.
What do you say instead?
You said they chose to end their life,
which is the same thing.
In my eyes, I agree with you 100%.
Okay.
In May 2011, Fox announced that the project would not be picked up to series. The studio attempted to sell the project to other networks, but eventually ceased efforts due to rising costs. However, the show has been eyed by MTV, though no official talks have been yet made. The pilot was screened at 2011 San Diego Comic-Con International, where it was well received. Fact. In January 2020, the pilot was leaked by Bloody Disgusting, who later uploaded it to Vimeo. Fact. And then you have something.
Yes.
Please.
Eventually, it became a series under Locke and Key. In 2020, there's been 2 seasons of it.
That would be a better title, would it be? Under Lock and Key? Stop farting. Stop doing internet farts.
That would be the name of the episode if we named our episodes.
End of interesting facts.
Good job. I can't believe you missed that one, though.
I set it up and I volleyed it to you. All right. Twitter responses.
Twitter responses. I wonder if Jason got some Twitter responses. He might have some Twitter responses. I hope we find out soon. I'm wondering if Jason got some Twitter responses. We might find out by noon. My dog left me and my wife did too. 'Cause Twitter responses never get much views. Come on, Jason. Give me some good news. Do Twitter responses do anything for you?
Welcome.
Yeah, we did have Twitter responses.
No!
Yeah. 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 Okay, so for Twitter responses, we say, hey, we're the Couch Pilots program. We watch television programs that had only one episode. We reach out to all the writers, directors, producers, creators, and actors, and we say, next up for us is to watch Locke and Key from 2011. We're excited to watch it and wonder if you have any fun or interesting things to say about it. Thanks. We hope to hear from you. So as I do, I go to IMDb.
Yeah.
And I scour.
Yeah.
And I search. And I look at...
That's why you're down to a good weight.
Am I finally got down to a good weight?
Finally, after 200 and some episodes.
No, I was getting pretty trim.
It's sweater season, right?
It's coming on.
Flannel season.
Oh, it's all up on us.
Did you take them out of the Rubbermaids?
I have them in the vacuum sealed packs.
Yeah.
So they take up less space.
Yeah, for sure.
I went all the way down the list on IMDb, and I find a fella goes by the name of Nick Polloway. I'm sure I'm butchering the name. I apologize. He can be found at Nick Polloway on Twitter. That's NickPollowy. Nick played a student. So he was an extra in the program, and he sends back to me on Twitter. He says, I don't have nothing to report, but it won't blow your mind. DM me, though. So I did. I said, hey, Nick, thank you for responding. He says, no problem. Have you already watched? Are you watching the low-quality Vimeo link? That's the only version I've ever seen. Not even sure because of quality if I appear, but I was a student in the high school scenes.
The cafeteria, maybe?
Yes. I think I shot for a couple of days. As usual, we were told not to interact with the main cast. Also, everyone is 18 plus that isn't a star in the school scenes. But almost every guy seemed to have an issue shaving close enough to look like a teenager, so they gave us single-bladed disposable razors with nothing else to go to the bathroom and hack our faces up.
Jesus Christ, Manelli.
And a lot of this is before I even get a chance to respond to him, because he just kept like doling out great information. Yeah, he was great. Jesse McCartney has a scene in the lunchroom where he flashes back and flips out. Filming that scene was almost an entire day of him flipping a lunch tray way off of the table, and the orange juice hit me every single take. They didn't end up using any shots of him flipping the tray and instead cut it down to the tray just being on the floor. His introducing himself as a kid whose dad got murdered seemed weirdly improvised and extended, but may have just been written long and cut way down.
That's Ty, right? Ty.
Correct.
Yeah.
Jesse McCartney. He was. I think he was kind of like a big deal, like a young, like Justin Bieber kind of singer. But I had no point of reference for him whatsoever.
Right.
But I remember I have heard the name. Anyway, the school was a real school in Pittsburgh that they bussed everyone to and from another location. I'm not sure if it was closed down, if it was a closed down school, or if it was over the summer too long ago. I said, I have not yet watched it, but we'll be doing so over the next few days as we record on Monday. I only have the link on Vimeo. Single-bladed razors with no shaving cream or anything? Yikes. He says, yeah, it was a real bloodbath. Ha, ha, ha. The HMU department was kind of pissed and told us we all have to shave our blue beards and look more like kids, but then they had nothing to take care of that with. Lots of guys walking around with little bits of toilet paper to soak up the cuts pre-shoot.
I thought you said pre-cum.
A lot of guys jerking off on the set, I think.
With razor blades?
Yeah.
Reminds me of the good old days.
How do you do it? Yeah. Extras instructions was to look at them like they were freaks and just sit there and not really eat the food in front of us. Such an easy thing to remedy. Just give the guy some shaving cream. That's what I said. And I go on to say, so would you be considered an extra in this show? He says, pretty much. But yeah, nothing super juicy, just weird production. It didn't seem like we were a part of something that was going to become anything. Yeah, I had the feature shot where his tray went flying, but it was totally cut out, though. No lines. It was just a couple of days of observing almost nothing happening. That cafeteria scene is about 30 seconds long, and it took an entire day. Jesus. And I said, no, this is great, fun stuff. We aren't necessarily looking for scoops or anything salacious, just fun stories that add to our little show. I found you in IMDb. How is it determined which extras are credited there and which are not? You are about one of 10 that are listed, but I'm sure there were a lot more. He says, well, because it never aired on TV, I don't think anyone had anyone regulating IMDb credits that intensely like a completed production would. I think people were just adding themselves. I didn't set mine up, but I think my former representation did just to fill out my profile. We assumed I had shots in the show because it hadn't yet leaked. So it's nothing official, but we were told if the show were to be picked up, there may be regular rotation of students for class consistencies. Again, it was all kind of a blur because it was 2010, so not certain. Sure. There's a little bit more, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
There's a lot.
I love it.
He says, also the movie Warrior with Joel Edgerton and Tom Hardy was being filmed around the same time in the same area, and a ton of the extras in Locke and Key high school scenes were repeat people that I met in high school scenes in Warrior. Now, he's pretty much saying that he was in Warrior, but he's not listed in Warrior on IMDb, so it's really kind of a crapshoot, I think, for extras. So I say, too funny. So that was shot in Pittsburgh, too, then, where all the extras, local Pittsburgh talent. And he says, yeah, both in Pittsburgh, a year before The Dark Knight Rise took over the city to shoot street scenes. The Dark Knight Rises, the final Nolan Batman film,
Yeah.
a lot of that was shot in Pittsburgh.
Okay. I've been to the train station at 2 a.m.
Oh, yeah?
In Pittsburgh, downtown Pittsburgh. I can understand.
Was it rad?
It was Dark Knight-ish. No, it was not red.
No.
No.
Dark and gothic?
It was dark and gothic. I went out to smoke, and I'd hurry up and smoke, and I'd go back inside until the train came at 4 a.m.
He says, extras were all local, yeah, just a huge casting call for young-looking adults. It seemed weird that there were zero feature lines or interactions with students in any way. They were meant to be freaks everyone stared at, but no one actually bullied them. But that's about all I got, was not super involved. And I said, no, this has been great. Thank you so much for your time and your thoughtful answers. Continued success to you. He says, thanks so much. All that was done in real time. We were having a real-time conversation. So seriously, thank you so much, Nick, for getting back to me and having that conversation. I'm glad you're a part of that and have that much to remember to regale us with.
Can we go ahead and get the plaque ready? I think Nick should go on the wall.
Nick's going on the wall. He's going to the Hall of Fame.
The Hall of Fame, the Couch Pilots Hall of Fame.
Yep.
For Twitter responses.
Oh, absolutely.
Thank you, sir.
Absolutely.
Thanks,
Let's go ahead and break down the pilot episode of Locke and Key, and we'll go ahead and put 10 minutes on the clock. Do you want to go ahead and start?
Yeah, sure. So at the beginning, there's a little girl's voice, and she's saying a riddle. And you see a house and a dock, and on the dock there's these kids. They're just sunbathing and
sitting on the dock of the bay, right?
Sitting on the dock of the bay, and the whole family looks happy. They take a shot. The husband and wife are laying on the couch drinking some wine. Knock knock. Who's there? I love you. Blah blah blah. I love you too. Everybody's happy, and then you see a pickup truck pull up. and
See a young guy get out, and it pans to the back. You got a dead body in the back of the truck. It looks like
it's like an arm, like from the elbow down.
Yeah, but it looks like he's covered, so it's probably a whole body. What do you think?
Oh, I thought it was just like a limb sitting there. I didn't see it.
Oh, maybe it was just a limb. I thought it was like a body that was covered, but I could be wrong.
So we find out that Ty is the son, and he went to because a kid walks up to the door, knocks on the door. I did that on the internet.
Very, very good.
I'm got some tips and tricks.
4.0, I'm telling you.
So Sam is at the door. His mom, the mom answers the phone, and she answers the door, and she's like, "I'm Sam. I go to school with your son Ty, and your husband is my guidance counselor."
Yep.
And she's like, "Well, Ty didn't say anything about expecting you." And he goes, "Oh, he didn't know I was coming."
He enters the house kind of on his own with a gun tucked into
so
his
you know
back.
he's not a vampire.
And then
he's not a vampire.
he has to be invited. That's right. So presumably to kill those people. I don't know, but then it fades.
Because he has a gun in his
Draws.
Draws.
That's right.
And you know something bad's going to happen. The screen goes white, and then it says 3 months later, and the dad is dead. He was shot by Sam. The kids were outside. The mom got shot too, but didn't die.
I don't quite understand.
Probably a gun butt to the head, right?
Perhaps, yeah.
Make her a little dizzy.
So the children that are left behind and the mom, they're going to Key House.
Yeah.
It's a large stone mansion that we briefly saw in the beginning, and it is very clearly winter outside. There's no leaves on the trees. There's snow everywhere. It's cold
And
out.
this isn't just kind of a mansion. This is a huge.
This is like a
house.
stately manor. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is an estate for sure.
I wrote big old mansion
Hey, that's a pretty good note.
in the winter.
Uncle Duncan, which he's already there waiting for them or something. This is played by Nick Stahl. Some people might recognize Nick as a seasoned actor. He welcomes them to the house. They all kind of explore the house, and there's like a lot of moody music while they're walking around, and a lot of like prolonged string sounds.
Right, and it's funny because everybody in the family, the three kids and the mom, and then Duncan, they all just kind of disperse into different parts of the house. They don't stick together.
They don't. You think you go in there, you're like, let me give you the tour of the house,
Right.
or let me show you where
because
you're staying.
We find out later that Duncan grew up in this house, so you think he'd be like, "Here's where the bathroom is." That's the first thing, right?
What do these people
Here's
do
the kitchen.
to afford this house? It's crazy.
We don't know about that.
The young boy is the youngest boy.
Brody.
Is it Brody?
Yeah.
I wrote down Bogey, and then eventually I wrote down Bodie. But you're saying it's Brody?
It's Brody.
Okay.
Brody Stevens.
I don't know about that. The young boy, Brody.
No, it's Brody Clark.
Is that what he's gonna name him?
Yeah.
He
Maybe you heard it from him. Maybe you didn't.
Oh boy, look at that. So the young boy, he sees some like crossed swords and like a shield on the wall. So he goes for the sword, and there's a key attached to it. And we find out that Uncle Duncan is the deceased father's his brother.
Right.
So the young boy is like going around trying to the key with all these different locks, and he
Because
finally
that's like old houses. They had skeleton keys, right? So they were not as, they had like one or two teeth on them, as opposed to now where there's like 40 teeth.
skeleton key, meaning that it would open any door in the house, right? That's what a skeleton key is, isn't it?
Well, I just think that back then the keys weren't as sophisticated.
That's
as
true
now.
too. Yeah.
Of course it is. I'm on the internet.
Good Lord. So he keeps going, and none of the doors open with the key, and then he finally finds some hardware on a door that's got a skull on it. He twists it. It works. He opens the door, and it very kind of unceremoniously opens directly to the outside.
To the backyard, basically.
And there's no, it just drops off from the house to the yard. There's no kind of patio or stairs. It's just a very oddly placed door.
Right.
So he tries to walk through it, and he falls over, and I'm like, oh, the kid's dead. He looked dead.
Yeah, he was like, some kind of force field or something that zapped him or whatever.
But then like a ghost starts swirling around, and at that point I'm like, did his spirit leave his body and then eventually just a few seconds later go back into him, or was it something else? And then we see him do it again, and he gets knocked out again, because when the spirit went into him, he woke up. So he's like, I'm going to go through that door again. He gets knocked out, and the spirit comes outside, and you realize, oh, it is him. Right. As like a ghost, and he's floating around the house, and other people can't see him, but he sees other people.
They can't hear him or see him. And I really kind of liked this, that it wasn't like over dramatic. It wasn't cheesy. It was like just enough of the ghost silhouette to see that it's him. You know what I mean? It wasn't like.
Yeah.
I thought it was just enough, but not too much. One thing I'm gonna say about this, it's not too sci-fi, and it's not too horror. It's like a good
Rides the line.
rides the lightning.
Yeah, that's my favorite Metallica album. So apparently it was only the father that was killed. This is when I first realized it.
Yeah,
The father
was
was
a flashback, right? Or
yeah. Because he calls her mom. Like he was floating around. He's like, "Mom." And then we only saw the mom briefly before, so I didn't realize it was her.
She kind of looks like the daughter. They're
They seem close in age.
Yes. That's the way I like it.
Oh my god.
If I'm gonna fuck the mom and the daughter, I want her to be
Lord.
close to age.
Yeah. So apparently it was the only father who was killed. And the father was like a guidance counselor.
Right.
And this is like the Sixth Sense. Because Bruce Willis was like a therapist or something, or a guidance counselor, and he gets killed by one of his patients.
Oh, I never saw it.
And that's exactly what happened here.
Huh.
Anyway, Kenzie, we find out, is the name of the daughter. Oh, she's probably like 16, 17 years old, right?
I was thinking 18, just
Yeah, I'm
because
sure that you were.
I needed that to happen for it to be
Good
legal.
Lord.
But in the internet,
Get
you
off
don't
the
have-
dark web.
There's no legalness.
I feel like there is some legalness. But I guess once you go through that dark web door and you turn into a ghost, man, who knows?
Right.
Sam Lesser, the guy who killed the dad, he's in a jail cell and he's overflowing the sink and he's talking to it. And then there's a face in it. And he talks to it. And he's like, hey, I'm in jail. Help me. I want to help you. Let me help. I've tried my best. Get me out of here.
Right. You didn't, he's basically saying, hey, I did what you asked me to do.
And
I
we
did
have
the best I could do.
no idea what's going on.
No, not at all.
And we're not supposed to
And
yet.
there's a voice. There's a voice, by the image in the water or whatever that's talking to him. And this voice comes into play later on.
So they're at their new school, and the kids aren't really adjusting or fitting in well. And who would be? Their dad just
Well,
died.
and then you see Nick right there sitting.
And then Nick's there looking great. He's got his Couch Pilots Wall of Fame T-shirt on that we sent out everyone. The kids eat together by themselves in the cafeteria, and the son gets ketchup on his shirt, and it flashes back to the day of his dad's shooting. And he's like sitting on, like how you set up earlier, kind of on the beach, hanging out, and he hears the gunshot. He runs up to his house to see his father shot, and then he awakens to the whole cafeteria looking at him because he flipped his stuff on the floor, and then he freaks out and starts like confronting everybody and
He's
introducing
on
himself.
the table. He's like, I'm Ty, and my dad died. Was murdered by was murdered by a killer.
Yeah,
And it was just, it seemed unprovoked. That's what bothered me. It was provoked by the flashback, but the flashback should have been, instead of like being provoked by ketchup, maybe it was like a bully or something, a new kid at the school, picking on him. Maybe that should have done it, as opposed to like the drop of ketchup.
maybe so. But after he wakes up, it's all silent. Everyone's just staring at him, and then he flips out and starts introducing himself extremely obnoxiously.
And
to
then he
everyone.
introduces his sister, who's sitting next to him, and she did not want any part of
They
this.
both run out of the cafeteria. Back at the house, Brody was given permission to paint his wall, and he paints it with like this very grim tableau of his father's death.
Yeah, and it has something to do with postcards that was set up earlier in the show.
I guess his mom makes postcards or something. And then Brody's mom's talking to him. I never got her name. About she's talking to him about being a ghost that he's told her, but she's doing it in a very patronizing way, like she doesn't believe him.
Well, I think she's doing it as a mother whose son was involved in a traumatic experience and trying not to like say, no, you're not a ghost, but kind of like,
Right.
Feeding into
But
it.
she still doesn't believe it. She's just kind of talking to him about.
Well, would you believe if Lorelai is like, I'm a ghost?
In a second, in a heartbeat. If she's like, I'm a ghost, I'd be like, absolutely, you're a ghost. I believe you 100%.
You're lying. I can tell.
You should see what she painted on her wall. It's crazy.
Well,
I believe her.
Like what?
It's just a nice scenic postcard.
With a unicorn?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Huge horn.
She's going to be a lucky woman.
But this is the thing. She says, like, while she's patronizing him with this conversation about whether or not he's a ghost, but she's like you said, she's like buying into the fact that he says it. Can't he just show her that he's a ghost? Can't he just show her that he can get knocked out going through this door? Like,
yeah, most kids would be like, hey, Mom, come here. I want to show you something.
Yeah.
And he didn't do that.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, she couldn't see the ghost thing, but like, there has to be a way. If there's a crazy door that opens up and you knock yourself out, that your spirit comes in. Yeah,
I think you're diving in too deep.
I'm a deep diver, baby. Call me Scuba Saint Eve. I'd love to get in there. Brody is left alone to play outside and is drawn to a building on the property that is echoing his playtime noises. He's like beating on something, and the noise comes from this building, so he's like drawn to it.
Right. And he goes in there, and there's a well. It's like a building with a well in it.
That's the only thing in it.
So I think that must have been the well for the property, and so they built a structure around it to protect it and keep it from the elements.
Yeah.
But there's this girl's voice and talking to him, and the voice sounds very familiar because it's the same voice that was talking to Sam in the sink in the prison.
Yep.
And she's like, "Hey, I'm your echo," and he's like, "Echo?" She's like, "Yeah."
Yeah, so she does kind of echo what he says, and then they start to have a conversation, and it's the being in the well. It seems to be the same being that spoke to Sam Lesser in the jail cell.
That's
earlier.
what I just said.
Yeah. Did you say that?
Yeah. No, I literally
No,
just
I don't think you did.
Listen back. I know you listen to this show.
You don't listen to this show?
No.
Why not?
Right.
What do you do?
Huh?
Why don't you listen to the show?
I'm busy. This is a busy week.
You're
for
not
me.
busy.
This is my 70-hour week.
You're not busy. Ty and Kenzie, then they go to check out the well, and Ty is skeptical of Brody's claims. And then that night, Brody leaves the bed that he's sharing with his mom, and he becomes a ghost, and he enters the well house. I think he does it because maybe he was scared before. He's like, maybe if I go in as a ghost form, I'll be safe. And subsequently, he goes into the well, and the girl's still in the well. That girl that we saw before.
Well, and as a ghost, he can go down into the well and still be able to come back up.
That's true. Well, she goes down there, and she can't see Bogey, but she can sense him. Brody, I'm sorry.
And she's talking to him. Mm-hmm. She's like, "Hey, I know you're here. I'm your echo." And then she's like, "I need you to bring me something." Mm-hmm. And she doesn't describe. She's like, "I need you to bring me something." Then he comes back. I'm skipping around a little bit.
That's fine.
He comes back with a paper sack, throws it into the well.
Just throws it down there.
Yeah, throws it down there. And it's a fucking pair of scissors and a knife or something.
I think what it is.
It's a knife and a mirror.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the scissors, we find out almost immediately what they're for. But what's the mirror for?
I think she wanted to see herself because she hadn't saw herself in a long time. Like me, there's no mirrors in the internet.
Yeah.
So I haven't. I mean, I might need to shave.
No, you just got a new haircut. You said I can see it. It looks great.
Oh, okay.
Can you digitally change how you look on the internet, like
no.
build your own avatar?
No. Not unless you download the app.
Oh, don't do that. It's gonna cost you. They're gonna nickel and dime you on there. She looks into the mirror,
It's like Candy Crush,
and she sees that she's like a rotting skeleton.
right? So when you're seeing her, she looks just like a goth girl.
Young, pale,
Right, pale
black hair, pale ale, bangs.
But when she looks in the mirror, she's a rotting corpse.
Yeah, maggots, disgusting flesh.
Ooh, I'm glad you said maggots.
Oh, what instead of what? Retard? Oh, maggots. Oh no, I got you. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, bowel movements.
Take that out of the show. Let's see here. She said she used to be his dad's echo.
Yeah, this is where you get the connection that somehow she had something to do with his father when he was a kid. This is where
That's where she says it, but I don't know if I can trust anything she says, but it might be true.
Because she's an echo?
Yeah. That night, Brody is awakened by a nightmare of his father warning him to keep his door locked.
And his father is all like zombified too, right? Like his face got blown
like
off.
fresh wound, gun wound to the eye socket.
Just another flesh wound. Another paranoia in your side. Just another flesh wound. Hey, on Twitter, if you know who that is that sang that song, I know who it is. But if you know who it is...
Waylon Jennings.
No.
Sam Lesser has hitched a ride with a trucker after scissoring his way out of jail. And
Yeah,
I don't mean like when two ladies scissor their vaginas together.
That's great.
I'm talking about like...
Here, watch this. Watch.
Okay. I don't like that. No, I'm not. I never was much into lesbian porn. Thank you, though. You can turn that
You're
on.
not doing it right.
I don't think I am.
If you were virtually sitting there, it would be a little bit different.
She... when you're... Yeah, he said you're the cuckold one. She got the scissors from the little boy and magically teleported those scissors through the water that she was in to his water in his sink.
Yeah.
And he used
pulls
that
them
to
out,
scissor his way out of jail.
And he kills 3 guards and escapes.
Yeah.
Gets in the car with the trucker. Trucker's like, hey, you look like you're fucked up, basically. And he's like, nah, whatever.
Kills that guy. In the flashback, you got Mr. Locke, I don't know his name, and then Sam, his son, they meet in his office. Oh, no, Sam's not his son, I'm sorry. Sam is the guy who kills him.
No, so it's a flashback, and Ty is talking to his dad, and is like, I guess he just wanted some money for a sub sandwich or something.
I think later he says, I just want to get a burrito.
Oh, a burrito. But Sam is right behind him, and he goes in and talks to the dad, his counselor. And then he comes out and he's like, oh, man, your dad's pretty hard on you. And Ty's like, sometimes I wish he was dead or something like that. I just want him to be dead, or I wish somebody would kill him or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know if Sam went in with mental problems. He seemed a little off. Because
I think he was a little off. And while he was standing there talking to the dad, he was looking at this picture. And it says, it was a picture of
the well house.
That well house.
I think he was entranced at that moment.
Yeah, and
but he didn't like Mr. Locke anyway, because even though Mr. Locke he said, I got all your financial aid stuff done. We're all good. He's like, what about that other thing I wanted? He's like, I can't give you a letter of recommendation because you've been in a few fights. I'm worried about your mental health. And at this point, he gets entranced by this thing. He goes out and talks to Ty, and Ty's like, he's like, sometimes I just wish my dad was dead. He's like, I think about the same thing. I'll kill your dad. He's like, yeah, great, thanks. And
it was just very nonchalant.
Yeah, it's not like he was scheming against his dad. It was just kind of a stupid bullshit thing you say.
Everybody says that about their parents.
I'm thinking it all the time about your dad. In the office, back at the Key House, the authorities talked to the Locke family about the escaped Sam. He's like, yeah, he's killed 3 guards, but he doesn't know you're here. And they're like, no, he knows we're here somehow. He's going to come here.
He's like, it's very rarely happens to where the person who escapes goes after, and the mom's like, no, his fucking ass is coming to get us.
Yeah, I don't know why he would, but another flashback, Sam, this is where he makes his comment about killing his dad. And then Sam, you find out, has killed the truck driver as he makes his way to the Key House. Back at the Key House in the wine cellar, there's a knock-knock joke turns into a punchline about an echo that kind of echoes odd in the family. And then later that evening, Brody goes to the echo and says, you know what, I don't think I can come here anymore. I don't think this is a good idea. Something feels weird. And then she grabs him. Right,
because it was set up at the beginning of the show before he died. His dad was really big into knock-knock jokes. He had tons of them. And so Brody's like, hey, knock-knock, who's there? Who? Yeah. And he didn't understand. He goes, that doesn't make it. He's like, Dad's knock-knock jokes didn't make any sense.
The punchline of Echo is eventually going to have something to do with.
And so he goes in because Brody's like, you know what? If it was my Echo, it would just say what I wanted. What I said.
Yeah.
You say what I say.
I say what you say too. Sam arrives and then knocks out. He gets to the Key House estate and he knocks out Kenzie and he takes her bracelet off. And then Mrs. Locke and Duncan, while polishing wine bottles? What the fuck are they doing on that?
They were going through the wine cellar for just dusting it off.
See if they could sell them for as much as a Beanie Baby. They're locked in that wine cellar, and then the Echo appears, and she says, "I want the anywhere key, Brody. Get the anywhere key for me." And he needs to find it in order for her to stop Sam. She's like, "I'll stop this guy. He's gonna go and wreak havoc on your whole family. But if you can give me that key I want, I'll stop him from doing that."
Right. She wants the black door key and the anywhere key is what Sam says.
Yeah. And then Brody then ghosts up and he searches the property for the key. And then Sam talks to Mrs. Locke and Duncan, and he says he wants the anywhere key. And what was the other one? Like the key? What'd you call it? The dark room key?
It was the black door key.
Black door key. Okay.
It's racist.
Well.
Yeah, and so but then so Ty gets knocked out somehow, right? And I think Ty remembers Brody talking about the door. Ty goes through it, and he goes into the wine cellar.
Sam knocks Brody out.
Knocking on the cellar door. Hey, 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 hey.
And when he gets knocked out, part of his hand goes through that door that turns you into a ghost.
Oh, yeah.
So his spirit leaves him, and then Sam drags Ty's body to the wine cellar room where he's already dragged Kenzie's body. So basically he's down there with the 2 children kind of trying to negotiate with the mom and the uncle behind the door to get what he wants, right?
Yep. And
Brody then gives the Echo Kenzie's bracelet, and that apparently contained the anywhere key.
Yeah, it was like a bracelet, and then she touched it a certain way, and then a key popped out of it.
Yeah, and she uses the key to like teleport. She opens a door, goes through it, closes it, and then when Brody goes to open the door, it leads somewhere else. Right. So she can use this key into a door to go, I guess, anywhere she wants. Yeah. Ty wakes up and fights Sam like the biggest pussy on the planet.
Right.
And he gets like distracted, and then Sam gets the upper hand, and then Kenzie shoots Sam twice.
Right, and so Sam is like dragging away from the scene.
It's like a shoulder and a leg, and he's crawling away.
Yeah. And then the Echo comes up to him, and she's like, you failed me, blah, 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 but I could give you so much more if you would have done better.
Yeah.
And then the Echo proceeds to snap his neck.
She's basically like, you're still useful to me. I'm going to kill you right now. Right. But like, you're whatever this body is, you're done with this body, but you might be able to come back in some other form.
It's like a vampire thing, but a ghost thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then so now the Echo is just kind of like hanging around the property, I think with Sam's ghost.
Yeah.
And I think what she's doing is just kind of like hanging around, waiting for an opportunity for the other key to appear so she can get what she wants.
For the other key to drop.
High five it. Duncan puts up a rope swing that was previously mentioned, and it's freezing outside. Mom swings in the rope swing with Dad's ashes, right?
Yeah, I guess that's what they decided to commemorate.
And it's oddly playful at the end for a family that's been through all this horrible shit, and someone murdered in their house. Right. They killed this kid, which he deserved.
There's no cops called or anything.
Very bizarre.
There's a dead body like with blood like drug out all over the hallway. They're like, man, we're gonna go out and put a swing up.
And then somewhere underground on the property, there's a bunch of dusty jars with screaming people. Who was that lady screaming in the jar? Do you have any idea?
Oh, there was. I must have turned it off. I don't remember.
Why would you have turned it off? Oh, you bastard.
Well, we're even now, aren't we?
You bastard.
We're even now, aren't we?
You don't have to say it now that it's over.
Phyllis Diller. It was Phyllis Diller.
It was Phyllis Diller? I just bought a Phyllis Diller record album over the weekend. We miss you, Phyllis. You're gone, but not forgotten. Locke Key, a comic. It came out in 2008. Became a one-off show in 2011. Became a semi-successful series.
Yeah,
currently
2 seasons. Yeah.
Why didn't it work though in 2011?
Well, I guess in 2011, I'm wondering like there's a lot of vampire shows on, a lot of teen drama shows.
Yeah, I think we were just kind of winding down
in Dawson's Creek.
First of all, we were winding down Dawson's Creek, and then also what was it? Twilight was winding down.
Sure. Vampire. What's the other one? The vampire one. The TV show.
Vampire Diaries.
Yeah.
Is that right? I have no idea.
It's with the girls.
Yeah. The Craft. Oh, Charmed.
Yeah. So but I wonder like on a station of like the Sci-Fi Channel or something, maybe it would have worked better. But it was supposed to be on like the WB, right?
Fox.
Yeah, so Fox is the WB for white people.
Oh, so is that how that works?
Yeah.
I didn't know. You're learning so much on the internet. You know what?
I have nothing else to do.
I'm really proud of you.
Thank you. I'm proud of you too.
Oh, thank you. If you had to improve this, boy, I don't know. For this show, the 45 minutes, quote unquote, the hour, that's how long this program should be.
It's 53 minutes, I think, total. But as like a movie, like it would be fairly good as a movie. And there's not a lot of conclusion to a lot of stuff, but but like where's it going to go? I mean, is this family going to stay in this Locke house?
I would get the hell out of there.
Yeah, exactly. Well, just like in Poltergeist, just like in 1, 2, and 3. Like if my kid gets trapped in TV, I'm fucking leaving,
and I'm never watching TV again. Okay.
You know what I mean?
Well, here's the thing. I say that very nonchalantly. I'll just get the hell out of the house. But it's like, the house is bigger than the city I live in. That's pretty rad that I get that house.
Sure.
If you ever watch Poltergeist, it's just like a shitty split level somewhere in the suburbs. So it'd be easy to leave that house.
Right.
But like a stone mansion that goes on forever, like, I don't know. Did we just murder a guy in it? Sure. But it's kind of a cool house.
Well, but where does it go? If you think about it, they're going to deal with this Echo lady because she has some kind of beef with the dad when he was a kid. Something happened. That's the main thing I got out of this. Like at
I
the
don't
end
know.
of it,
I don't know what she wants.
We don't know what she
Yeah.
wants, but we know it has something to do with when Brody's dad was a kid and lived there.
It seems to be.
Yeah. So, we're going to find that out eventually, but how much bullshit are we going to deal with in this mansion week on week basis before we go, A, fucking I'm out of here, B, let's put this up for sale for half the price,
Right.
or let's, fight demons forever.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of secrets that Uncle Duncan has.
Yeah.
If he still lives there, he knows a lot about this weird house and all the secret doors and the keys and how they unlock to different weird places.
And I think the house is the one thing that is like the center point of the show to keep it going forward. There's endless amounts of stuff because, it's got something to do with the door. This fucking mansion has 150 doors.
You ever watch Sex and the City? You got the 4 girls, right?
Yeah.
But who's the 5th person? New York City.
Lock
and Key.
I was going to say Max, but
Well, it's not Max. And
what
who's,
was it?
What's that?
What's the name? It was Max, right?
I don't know. I never fucking saw that show. I'm just saying that, like, they always say that New York is the New York is one of the characters in the show.
Get a row.
This mansion is one of the characters,
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
This mansion is a big part of the program.
Which is what I just said.
I was backing you up.
Oh, okay.
It was all backing you up.
All right, I'm going to write that down.
Christ.
Jason backed me up because he's leaving me. Did Rob call you back yet?
I got the 3 dots, or it looks like he's typing something back to me.
Are in their full upright.
You hanging in there?
Yeah, I'm fine. I got to pee.
I'm sure Rob knows what to do.
All right,
He'll
well.
get you out of there. This is the part of the program where we say other people have seen this, other people have commented, rated it. IMDb, Internet Movie Database, people from around the world, they rate this. Without using your internet abilities, being trapped in the internet,
Sure.
Blake, what do you think people have rated this on a scale of 1 to 10?
I got 7.4.
This is a 6.7 from 278.
Did you look at it today?
I don't know. Okay, so you've conceded that you've cheated. Let's look at
Conceded. I cheated. I'm in the internet and I'm trapped. I conceded. I cheated.
This is taking forever on the computer. Let me look real
Don't worry
quick.
about it. No, it's fine. Just move along. I gotta pee.
Critic reviews. Eric Goldman from IGN.com says, sounds like a Jewish guy. Locke and Key had some very notable executive producers behind it, including Roberto Orsi and Alex Kurtzman, Transformers and Star Trek, and Josh Friedman as well. Friedman, the showrunner of Terminator, the Sarah Connor Chronicles, wrote the pilot, doing an excellent job of including all the key, no pun intended, elements while making the story work for a different medium. For all those who knew the comics, Locke and Key feels very close to what you remember, though with a few notable differences. Overall, this is a very loving adaptation made by people with clear respect for the source material. From top to bottom, Locke and Key feels much more like a show that would fit on cable. In fact, the very last scene ends on a beat for the family that seems too upbeat. Well, that's what I said, isn't it? And network note mandated to match what we just watched happen to them. But overall, the Locke and Key pilot is terrific and an adaptation that fans of the comic book series would adore. Hopefully, the Comic-Con screening at least opens doors for it to be publicly distributed at some point, even as we all lament what could have been.
What might have been.
Pretty thoughtful.
Yeah, it's good.
Rob Owen from communityvoices.post-gazette.com says, does Locke really lend itself to a television series? It's hard to imagine how a TV series would stretch out a story that's contained in what will ultimately be around 30 issues of comic books. Kind of what you're saying, Blake. Especially when you consider the pilot covers events in the first 6 issues.
Oh, wow.
Maybe Locke and Key would be better suited to a miniseries or a series of films.
I like that. That's good. That's a good point.
And finally, viewer reviews. Adam Goral says, amazing. I have been searching for this pilot for years. Where did you find it? Very happy to finally see this. Shame we didn't get this version as a miniseries instead of the longer, way more drawn-out Netflix show that we have now. Mm-hmm.
It's on. Oh, so the Locke and Key series is on Netflix?
I guess so. I haven't seen it.
I didn't.
Apparently it's being pretty drawn out.
And the temperature is 69 degrees. For your safety and comfort, please remain seated with your
Gotta pee
seatbelt
so bad.
fastened until the captain
You wanna go
has turned
pee?
off the
Yeah.
fasten seatbelt sign.
On the internet? Okay. Go pee on the internet
Oh.
and do as much damage on your way out as possible. Really, really take your time. Good Lord. You rubbing your dick on me.
It's not my fault you're fat.
What? Am I fat? Maybe I am. While he's doing a digital piss, I will go over our rating system. It's a 1 to 7 scale based on the television program from the 1990s, affectionately and accurately known as Wings. Each score, 1 through 7, is associated with a character from that program. Number 1, now that's the lowest score you're going to get, and that's the character known as Roy Biggins. And number 7, that's the best score you're going to get, and that's the fella that goes by the name of Brian Hackett. Captain Philip, rest assured, I turn to you. How do you rate Locke and Key? Waiting to pee, waiting to pee, pee, pee. Waiting to pee, waiting to pee, waiting to pee.
Nah, the bathroom
pee, waiting to pee.
the internet bathroom is way down the hall.
Am I getting that fat? You just said I trimmed up.
Huh? Well, you're sitting way far away from the table. Usually you sit very, very close. You keep it close to the gut.
How do you rate it?
I'll tell you what. I did not check the time while watching this. Like I said before,
That's a good sign.
it wasn't overly sci-fi like the Ghost when they were a ghost. It wasn't like over dramatized. It wasn't gory horror. I love serial killers. So Sam was a serial killer.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah. And the house, to me, it made sense. Like there was something about this house. I wanted to know more about it. I was going to watch the next episode to find out more about it. I'm giving Locke and Key a 6.
Oh, wow.
I had a great time watching this.
Wow. Okay. That's a very high score. Very, very, very nice. I'm not going to go quite that high. I enjoyed it. I did check the time a couple of times, but mainly because I was working when I was watching it. I like the setting. I like that there's a big old house, and we
What
saw
kind of house?
big old. Is that a big old
You're
house?
supposed to go big old house.
Oh, I didn't know that. I'm sorry.
What kind of house?
Big old house. I did it. We saw fractions of this house, and for all intents and purposes, it could be an endless house. You can go anywhere you want and do anything with this thing. It's an endless setting, basically. There are no limitations. You know, you walk into Rachel and Monica's house or apartment on Friends. It's a very limited space.
Sure. You can look outside from the
patio or the deck or whatever. Yeah.
You can go in Rachel's room. You can go in Monica's room, and you can go
Bathroom?
in the kitchen.
You go in the bathroom.
Oh,
They have a bathroom.
well, yeah, they have it. You don't go see it.
You go in there every episode. Ooh, yeah. But that's it.
Yeah.
But with this house, there's endless places you can go, which provide new mysteries and fun. It left on a cliffhanger, which sometimes happens with these pilots. There's source material. I think some of these critics have it right. Let's make it a miniseries.
Yeah, I didn't think about it, but what?
It's okay. Are you tired?
Yeah.
You want to take a break?
Huh?
Let's take a break.
I take a vodka drink. I take a lager drink. I'm tired.
Let's take a quick break.
It's so hard.
All right.
I stretched it out. I feel like you haven't done anything to get me out of this.
I'm waiting for Rob. Hey, did you ever hear that Miley Cyrus song, Gutter Town?
Great job. Great job.
Hey, remember when Miley Cyrus sang this?
She does have a mullet right now, so maybe she did. Can we just go? Come on. I gotta pee.
You just peed.
People don't want to hear us this long.
Oh, yeah, they do. I like it. Some of it was a little hokey. It almost took its. I don't like it when anything takes itself too seriously. I think there could have been a little bit more lighthearted stuff. The lighthearted stuff that did happen at the end with the swing was not the right time to do it. All this crazy traumatic shit just happened to you. You're not all laughing while someone's on a swing with a boat full of ashes. That's fucking crazy.
I think the cop should have came back at least.
Yes.
Maybe he'd been out by the
Yes.
swing, you know?
Let's see the cops fill out some reports. I want to see the strenuous process of having to fill out a report.
For killing somebody in your house.
100%. I give this a... I'll give it a 5.
That's good. I was worried. If you were going to say 4, I was going to protest, but...
I don't care. You give it a 6. I give it a 5. And with that, we close the book on Locke and Key, and we will never mention that show again.
Yeah.
But join us next time, won't you please, when we watch the pilot episode of Justice for All.
Great. Another superhero show.
Mm-hmm. Here's a little something to wet your whistle. The 1968 unaired pilot for what would eventually become the iconic TV series All in the Family. You can find the entire episode for Justice for All by subscribing to Couch Pilots and SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or your favorite podcast app of choice, and then simply click on one of our classically blue links in our show notes. Or go to Facebook and take a face look. I'm sorry I said that. I'm sorry. It's terrible.
It's good.
Contact the show.
I actually texted you twice because I thought it was the wrong link.
Yeah, and it wasn't. Go ahead and tell them how to contact us, but do it in like 10 seconds.
You can go to couchpilotspodcast.com. All the links are on there. Our phone number is on there. Leave us a message. Check out our Instagram. You can check out all the shows on couchpilotspodcast.com. You can check out every episode we've done. Subscribe on iTunes. You won't get the back episodes, but do it.
Who needs them?
Yeah.
Who needs the back episodes? Do you have, what are you doing at the end of this season? Are you giving like a message of positivity?
Randos.
Give it, I'm getting,
I have a
Rob's got a message coming
All right,
through.
well, I've got a rando right here.
Please.
On Netflix right now, Season 8 just came out of Wentworth. I've watched all 10 episodes. I had to wait till 2021 for the last season to come out. Great stuff.
Okay, can I do a
watched
spoiler?
6 episodes in one night.
Can I do a spoiler for an early episode?
Yeah.
So the main character dies.
No.
Yeah, she does.
But that was the first episode. A lot of people die.
No. The woman who's the main character who got sent to jail.
No. She doesn't die.
She comes back? Oh my, I gotta hear about this. But she was stabbed to death.
A lot of people are stabbed in prison.
Oh my god, I gotta hear this. This is crazy. We'll talk about this off, Mike.
Yeah.
That's great. Hold on. What's this is Rob saying? Okay, hold on. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Rob says that it's ridiculous to think that Blake is stuck in the internet and that Blake actually must exist somewhere in his physical form. So let me... he says to go search the plane since that's where we did. Hold on. I'm going to go look around the plane real quick.
All right.
I'm going to take this microphone with me.
All right.
Out of the cockpit here. Past the seats. Checking each seat. I'll open. There's no way he's going to fit in these overhead compartments. I'll look though. Nope. Towards the back. In the bathroom. Nope. Okay. Last spot to check. It'll be the infamous black box. Why don't they make the whole plane out of the black box? Let's see. I'll open this up and reveal the black box. Oh my God. Blake.
Hey, buddy.
Hey.
I'm kind of okay right now.
Hey, bud. You're safe. I got you.
How do I sound?
You sound like you're in one ear. Here. You're fine. I found you. You're physically fine. Do you feel me touching you?
I think I have one leg in the internet.
No. Do you feel me touching you?
Yeah, I feel
You're fine. Listen.
I feel you.
Put your hands to your head. Rob,
my hands up on my head.
Rob says to take the thing off of your head. Take the visual.
Oh, the VR thing?
Yeah, that's all you got to do.
Oh, wait.
You good?
Yeah, I feel great.
You're only in my left ear for some reason.
At least I'm here though.
Yeah. It's funny because, oh wow, that sounds even worse. What are you doing?
Oh, I fixed it. There.
You feel okay, buddy?
Yeah. Now I'm back to where I need to be.
Let's get you cleaned up. Let's get you something to eat.
I have like a goo on me.
You're covered in what appears to be a goo.
Can we get a beer?
Absolutely, we can get a beer.
And a cigarette?
I'm glad to have you back. You sound good.
I'm glad to have you back.
You sound normal. This pilot may have been rough, but it is always a smooth flight here on Couch Pies. Blake, I'm so happy to have you back.
So glad to be not stuck in the internet.
Thanks, everyone. We'll see you next time. Both of us in person.
Bye-bye.
On behalf of Couch Pilots and the entire crew, we'd like to thank you for joining us on this trip, and we are looking forward to seeing you on board again in the near future. Have a nice day.